We're good to go.
All right, so brief recap of the previous session. There was a lot of discussion again about the signet ring and the sealing wax and the letter. That took up most of the session.
And I swanned in and fucked it all up. from recollection.
And then eventually a decision was made, which was to try and get more of the candles, because the candles themselves seemed like they might be important as well. And so Skarackington decided to go in alone to the castle at night, and found the room where he had previously obtained the letterhead, and found additional candles in there as well, before deciding to explore the castle further. As he continued through the castle, it began to make less and less sense what he was finding. He opened one door that had just a wall behind it. He opened another door that, as soon as he did, a potion of some sort hit him in the face, and his head was enshrouded in darkness for about 10 minutes. By the time he managed to find his way back to the entrance, his invisibility had worn off. He decided to simply walk out into the courtyard, and was confronted by the guards saying that he shouldn't be there, and they know he left earlier, even though he tried to convince them he was had been there the whole day and had just gotten waylaid in the castle, lost for a little while, I guess. And so then he tried to charm one of the guards. That failed. Then he cast grease and managed to trip one of the two guards that's in front of him. And that is where we resume. Is one guard, the larger one, is currently prone on the ground, and the other guard is not.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're rolling. I presume we're rolling in the turn orders now.
Well, that depends on how you want to open the session.
Well, I thought
So
I thought we didn't do that last time because we. I mean, I'm gonna run away, but like, I thought we didn't do that because time was ticking on, so we didn't do that.
Right, so we were toward the end of the session, but I was going to give you one more chance to make a decision before
I'm just gonna run.
All right, because this is still like you had just cast grease, so I'll call this still part of that surprise round.
Yeah, I'm gonna run is what I'm going to do. For clarification to the rest of the party, I appreciate you're not there, but the reason I just walked out and didn't try. Well, I was trying to make it nonchalant, but at the same time, I only have one more cast of invisibility, and we wanted to go. I have to go back again. After this, to deposit the ring. I have forgotten if I get captured. I still have the ring. I don't think I gave it to you guys. I don't think I declared it, so I have the ring. So that's not good. I still have one cast of invisibility. So if it comes to it, I can use that. But it means I can't really return to drop this off. That's the reason why I've just walked out and not cast it. Because I need to get back in again. And hopefully just throw it on the floor and then walk out. So that's where I'm at. But I'm basically, I'm just going to run now.
Did we all go up towards the palace? Not in, but like...
I don't think so.
Only Skarackington had talked about heading up to the palace. Nobody had talked about going with him.
Okay.
So as far as I know, nobody has headed with him.
Okay. And we're still in the squirrels...
Butler. Squirrel's butler.
Squirrel's ass.
Okay. Has anyone else come in?
Yeah, so while you were there, while Skarackington was still there, actually, one of the regulars had shown up. And it's been in total for him to reach the castle, and then the 1 hour that he's been invisible. So it's been a little over 2 hours at this point because he had to walk to the castle. And others have arrived. It's not a large crowd, though. You're probably seeing 4 people there total. Let me pull up Butler.
I mainly wanted to ask if anyone was like, I want to observe everyone who comes in because I want to try to be aware if we've been followed.
Yeah, it is just what looks like a normal drinking crowd. You cannot see anybody that might be armed or otherwise questionable, but you're welcome to make an insight check to see if there's more information you could glean from conversations or from movements and actions.
Yeah.
Yes, because sorry, I had forgotten this from the recap. You had met with a representative that you assumed to be from the IPO, and you had spoken in a back room where the agreement was to get him the signet ring because you said you didn't have it with you, and he was going to make copies for everybody's use because he said it would be useful outside the city. Looking around at the people in the Squirrel's Butler, you do not see anything that would indicate they're there for reason other than to drink and converse. Some of these people seem to know each other quite well, that it looks like it's the same crowd that goes in there perhaps every night or several nights a week.
Yeah. So we got Norm, Cliff, and Fraser in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the other members of the Cheers cast.
I haven't watched enough Cheers to even make a comment. I've only really watched Frasier. Is Cheers better than Frasier?
Different.
We got Woody. I forgot about Woody.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to think of people not behind the bar, but
yeah,
he's
he's
working there. But
that's true. He was a bartender.
Cheers is older.
Yeah, I know that.
So it's older style, and it's just a different feel because it's basically almost always just in a bar.
Right, so it's like It's Always Sunny.
Even more in the bar.
Even more in the bar.
even more bar.
The quintessential bar sitcom.
Yeah, it is good though.
All right, okay, must get around to it at some point.
Again, it's from the '80s, so yeah, but it is good. It's worth watching.
I don't want to derail too much.
Yeah.
My other final comment for digesting is that Seinfeld seems kind of overrated.
A lot of people think that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Well, if you watch Cheers and Frasier, you're also gonna have to then watch Wings. Can't forget Wings.
Don't even know that.
Of course, you got Wings.
I just put that. I'd lump that all into like Frasier into like Spin City, which I can't say I've ever watched a huge amount of. I lump them because they're all around this like on TV around the same time. So
yeah, Spin City was decent with Michael J. Fox at least. I don't remember.
That's all I remember with
Charlie Sheen. I don't remember much with Charlie Sheen replaced him.
I didn't even know he was in it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yes.
90s sitcoms aside.
No one. I just wanted to check. I wanted to do my due diligence to see if someone was following us.
Yeah, as far as you can tell, this seems like the regular crowd, and unless you're looking for something more specific. No, okay.
More specific.
Raylark, did you have anything you wanted to inquire about in the pub?
Well, I have this sincere concern that the IP are going to come and kill us. So they know who we are, in so much as they know what we look like. They know we're in the area. presumably they have many contacts in the area, and if we're gonna hang about for any length of time, like they might even have people who are keeping eyes on the castle to see about giving the ring back and all that. And if we don't say anything, then they'll come and kill us. And if we go and see them to say that we're not going to give them the ring to make a mold anymore, they're going to kill us. So I'm in a bit of a quandary. I don't know if we go in there guns blazing and establish authority.
This sounds familiar. I'm the king now.
But I'm a little iffy on that. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night dead. So
Yeah, waking up dead is often a problem.
I think about that a lot. So I guess I'll relay that to Frenton and Jakar.
Yes, my friend. I'm just doing a random accent because I don't know which one he
Hello,
does.
it's me, the
I
Sultan.
want to suck your blood.
I'm a sultan of the. I'm a genie of the lamp.
A one ring.
Yeah.
Two ring.
Rings.
So I share that with the others, and I don't know if they've got any opinions or thoughts about, like, do we just ride this out into the sunset and hope that we don't die, or should we do anything about the IPO? Can we do anything about the IPO?
I think at some point we're going to be skipping town, so I'm not super worried, but we should be vigilant. I haven't seen anyone shady.
Yeah, I think for me it's a case of, like, do we get out in time? Is the thing, because obviously tomorrow we need to go shopping, we need to get the clay or whatever. Then we need to make the rings. Then we need to go and see the mages, and then we can probably skip town shortly after then. But I reckon at the very least we're here for a day. Maybe they only come out at night.
Well, my friend, do you believe that I'm gonna just keep changing accents for him? No. So Jakar responds, do you think that they would really take such an aggressive action this quickly against us?
I think mobs do mob things, and if you go against them, they will hurt you. I can hurt them. I am very strong, but just a thought.
Yes, but I mean the time that it takes, wouldn't they give us at least a few more days to deliver the goods?
We literally said it would be there in a few hours.
Perhaps we have said too much.
Yeah, I know. I was there. So maybe we just keep a close eye for suspicious eyes.
Are you using an orange peel to wash your screen?
No, it's microfiber. It's like a glasses cloth, but it works really well.
I just saw the orange and it looked like you grabbed an orange peel, licked it, and wiped your screen.
Yeah, you have to exfoliate the pigments.
Yeah. All right. Anything else that you would like to do in the pub before we switch perspectives back? No, from Fenton.
Can I just listen to the patrons who are coming in and around the area, and see if any of them mention a ring or anything that sounds like it could be related to what we've been experiencing today?
Make a perception check.
Oh.
You're able to listen in on some of the conversations. It is so very quiet in this pub that anybody who's saying anything is probably to some extent audible to everyone. And as you're listening, you're hearing normal day-to-day conversations,
The fish weren't really biting. I don't know if we're going to make our numbers for this week.
that sort of conversation, but nothing about a ring that you can hear.
Okay.
And nothing that sounds untoward, like no criminal activity or anything like that.
Cool.
This is perhaps you were looking for a very quiet place and you may have just found it.
Yeah. I mean, that was part of the idea, but that's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, in that case, I will somewhat relax, but I'm not comfortable.
You will uncomfortably shift in your chair.
Yeah, I'm still keeping a weather eye on the horizon.
Yeah. All right. Scrackington.
Hello.
You had, when we moved away from your perspective, just cast grease, knocked someone over. And as I said, you've got still a few more moments to act before they really can take aggressive action against you.
I'm running.
What would you like to do?
I'm running.
All right. Like I said, I'm considering this the beginning of a surprise round. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the initiative.
Okay.
And we'll roll in just to have it. But
I use my action to fill my trunks. Thank you. Yeah.
You're a monk now.
Fill the old monks. I'll track their trunks. Let me.
18. How do I? Oh, it's not tied to a character sheet. That's why.
Zero. 6. Even fucking piece of shit.
I could just run them together side by side, both slower than you. So, like I said, this is surprise round. You're going first,
Okay.
and then you'll start the next round as well.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, so I've just my normal action movement. Yep, all that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a round.
All right, it's around. So right, okay. So I'm going to cast Blade Song as my bonus action. Which increases my walking speed by 10 feet. So we can call that. Conversely, the snail will mean Blade Song. And then I am going to dash. So I have 80 feet of movement. I'm just gonna run. So that's for 10 rounds.
All right, go ahead and move yourself. Like you said, you've got 80 feet of movement.
Oh right, it's it's this way. Oh yeah, okay. I was looking the wrong way. Okay. So I'm not running through that.
Like
I'm not running through that. Jesus. Jeez Louise. Through the grease? Are you mad?
Yeah.
Not even running that way. I took an attack of opportunity. Dungeon Master trying to trick me. Let me see.
No, I'm just showing you.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay.
25, 30, 35, 40. That's the first. And then the dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Where do I need to get get out of here?
If you look east,
Oh, here?
Right
Like there?
here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's a gate all the way here. Just follow that road as it curves around.
How much was it here? 30?
So you hit 40 here, I believe. So 5, 10, 15, 20,
5,
25,
10.
30, 35, 40. 5. So you're at 5 foot, right? Now you're at 0 for your dash. Now, so here's where your dash ended. Or sorry, your basic movement ended. Your dash begins.
So that's 5 for the basic dash.
Yeah, so this is 40 feet where you are right now.
Okay, that's 40 feet there. Are you happy with that?
Yeah. And so then you can do another 40 feet with your dash from there.
So 5, because that's the way. Is that 10? Is that okay as 10?
Yeah.
And then can I move along that? Is that along the side of the walls?
So there is a drop in height, which is why the road curves. So there's a drop right around here. I don't know how visible that cliff is in the render because I did it lower quality.
It's just in the shadow. I thought it was just shadows or something.
Yeah, but there's like a cliff. You can see a cliff right there and right there, like the side of the wall.
How
Right.
about if I look down, how far is
That is only about a 15-foot drop, but there's 2 drops. So each one is about 7 feet. So we'll call it 5 foot, 5 foot. But it's a total of 15 feet, if you get what I mean. Like you go down to a lip, then down to a lip.
It's too complicated, right? See, right. So is that where it ends?
Yeah, so you can go behind the building here. So you can go through the behind the building there as a shortcut instead of going all the way around.
See, every time we have this conversation, I forget how far I've moved. So that was 10, I think. So
yes.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Wait a minute.
And like I said, you can go right from there. You can go east from there.
Yeah, okay. Then I think that's my full movement.
All right.
Actually,
you could have used diagonals just to get a little further. Yeah.
I'll use there. I'll go to there. It's only because I presume if this is lower, this is shielding me.
Yeah, so you are not visible to the group right here at the moment.
All right, cool.
There's a building between you.
Excellent.
And so that ends the surprise round. And actually, I need to roll in one more group. So this group.
Fucker, 21. He doesn't know what's going on, so.
Yep. And so because they're going first, nothing has happened to raise the alarm yet. So it is back to you.
When do you say this map's over? Like, where do I have to get to?
Can you see the gate over here on the right side?
So that's square. I need to know if that's final square.
Yeah. If you can make it to there, you've passed through the gate.
Right. Let me just.
And then you can begin to head down.
So Blade Song isn't concentration. I assume from reading it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have to burn this, I'm afraid, because I can't get out. This is the easiest way for me to do this. So because no one knows where I am at the moment, I appreciate they can hear me. I'm going to cast invisibility. If there's any concentration which is required from grease, there is not, so the grease just lies there. So I cast invisibility as my action. Well, I'll have to cast at level 2 because that's what it is. And then I'm going to move 40 feet. And I'll try to be quiet. So, can I roll stealth?
I'm just reading Blade Song to see if it gives you anything for that.
Um,
You have advantage on acrobatics.
well, that'll help me for climbing up the cliff. But if I need to do that.
In which case, yeah, go ahead and make a stealth roll to see how much noise you will be making. Because I assume you're still moving at full speed.
Well, I can only move 40.
Right.
Well, if moving slower makes them quieter, I might do so. I mean, do I have it when you roll for stealth? Are you presumably have an awareness as to how loudly you're being?
Yes, yeah. You can hear the sound of your own footsteps if that is in the way you're trying to be stealthy, is walking quietly. You wouldn't have an awareness of how
People are perceiving
visible you are to someone else, but you don't have to worry about that right
No.
now. If you're
Right. Well,
but you can hear the sound of your own footsteps, and so you would be aware of your stealth.
okay. Well, my question, I
Yeah.
suppose, before I do this is, what's the ground conditions like?
It is here, well kept dirt paths, and where you are currently is more grassy.
So, is it long grass?
No, well kept and trimmed. So this is
So no.
they don't let the grass grow very long
And
here.
my final question is, what's the background noise like? Are people sitting up there talking, or?
There's conversations around you at each of the campfires. The campfires themselves are crackling, and otherwise the night is fairly quiet within the castle walls, though the bustle of the city is still audible underneath.
Right, so there's background noise which
outside
could
the wall.
disguise literally stepping on small grass. Well, that would be my opinion on that. Okay, stealth roll. Right, that's pretty bad. Anyway, onwards. It'll have to do. So I'm gonna move to that tree. I mean, I'm gonna walk where I think it's gonna be the easiest for me to get up, because I can't really discern this from this, to be honest. So
Yeah, I should have done a higher quality render.
I mean, I assume you said it's 15 feet. I mean, I can try and climb that. I mean, I do have the advantage on the actually.
Oh, you're not climbing all the way to the top of the wall there. So the top of the wall is there, mid wall, low wall.
That's all right. I mean, I'm just going to skeet.
That makes
I'm
sense.
just going to skeet through all the middle of this, hopefully. So.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'll say is I'll be walking in a way that, if I can do this within 6 seconds, if I can't, I'll make it shorter. But I'm going to walk and then stop and then walk. So I'm not just going to walk. So
It would reduce your maximum movement speed.
that's fine. So how much does that reduce it by? I think I only made 30 here. Actually, it was meant to have 40. So that's only 30.
So yeah, if you're trying to be that quiet, I would say for this turn, because you had just started trying to walk like that, well, I'll let you stay in that position, but then it's going to be difficult terrain to move quietly.
So 20. Okay, that's
the equivalent of difficult terrain.
Well, I don't know how. Okay, we'll let you do whatever you need to do. We can discuss how that impacts on stealth rolls in a minute.
Yep.
For the rest of you, I'm trying to do this as quick as I can without being caught. So,
quite a while.
And I have things to say about what you were discussing. So,
and now that it has
That's
reached
key.
the turn of the guards that you had cast grease on, they begin to shout and raise the alarm.
what do they say?
Well, they're screaming about intruders, or intruder, sorry, singular.
Intruders, haha! It's an elaborate ruse.
Yeah. And that draws the attention of this group. That went next. And you're invisible. So let me give you another status for that. There we go. So we know. And then this group moves down to there.
The rest of the party.
And it is your turn.
You might want to move the rest of the party so they can see what's going on. 'Cause I don't know if they. Well, can't.
Oh, they have tokens here, right?
Did,
You can all see.
do you have full vision of this whole thing? Do they have full vision of the whole thing?
I believe you can.
Oh, they do.
Everyone can see
All
the
right. I just
map.
thought that it was they didn't see. Yeah, I was just looking at to see how much I could see, and then I could see them. I suppose. All right, never mind. Sorry,
Is your turn?
it's me again.
Yes.
Right. Well,
They've moved.
if I can walk up here easily, I will do 5, 10, 15, 20. But when you said I can, that's only for my movement, so I can actually double move at that. So I have 40.
You can double move at that, in which case you are still then being quiet in your steps, because that was what the difficult terrain or penalty is.
I think that was 20. Right, that's me.
All right. They've now heard the alarm. He needs to stand up and move. There and there. Your turn again.
Right, does my way out of this place look unimpeded? Because I'm not obviously going to run up to this if like the fucking doors are closed.
Yeah, the gate is open. And it was open when you had come in before. There are 2 guards standing on either side of the gate on the outside who have not moved at this point.
Right, this could be bad. Right, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10. Well, that was 20. See this ground? What is this? Is this just dirt?
Dirt path. That is the well-tended dirt path. It's been used by carts, which is why you see it has 2 tracks.
Yeah.
So carts often travel this way.
Pedantry mode. The dirt. Is it like dusty? Is there like if I step on it, does it make a sound? Basically, is it like muddy or is it like hardened mud or is it like stones or like what shape is it in? Because there are certain stones which will make noise.
It is a silty clay loam, and
Excellent. Okay, so well, if it's that, then I'm going to continue at 20 feet. So, 5.
I didn't think we'd get into
10,
soil
15,
sciences here.
20. Well, there's a difference between like a row, like which it might have large stones in it, and like dirt,
Yeah.
which you won't make any noise, and then if it has like any sort of like small, sort of very fine stones, it might make some noise. So I'm trying to do as quick as I can. So I'm gonna do that. It's just the question is whether I'm gonna bust into a run. So that's why I'm asking. Anyway, that's me.
All right. Group 3. Group 4. There we go. Your turn again.
Let me see. I'm gonna turn around and look and see what's going on there. Right. I'm gonna move. So the guards at the entrance, they're not doing anything.
They have heard the alarm being raised, but they aren't doing anything at this point. They're standing guard by the entrance.
I am going to move 20 quietly. So 5, 10, 15, 20. And my dash, I'm movement, so my second movement, I'm going to run. So I don't know. Do I need to make another roll? Do I need to make other rolls for that? Or
Normal pace run.
yeah.
I mean, no other role for that. You can run.
But I'm trying to move, but obviously I want to try and do it quietly. I want to move quiet. Like that, those 20 feet, I presume, was like, I am like trying to make absolutely zero noise. But now I'm like, I want to be quiet, but like I kind of want to move. So
You already had rolled stealth, so I'm using that as your
Okay.
roll for.
fine. That gets me outside the gates, just in case somebody calls out to close the gates. That's what I'm worried about. So I'm going to move. So I'm presumably past them now.
You have passed the gates, and you are now standing almost beside one of the gate guards.
Fair enough. That's me.
Let's see where they can reach. 15, 20, 25, 30. 25, 30. Yep, about there.
There's no way they know that I'm going that way.
They're looking for you. They're scattering.
I can't see because it's in cloud. So
All right. It is back to your turn, and let me make one more roll. Actually.
you die.
Oh, okay. Keep going.
Right. So am I at this point outside the castle?
You have exited the wall, and you are now on the slope that leads you up to the castle or down away from it, however you want.
So
to
I'm
think about
outside the
that.
castle, pretty much.
Yes.
Right. Well, then I'm just.
You are outside the castle walls.
I'm gonna full double move past these guys.
Mm-hmm. And as you continue, you hear the alarm in being raised behind you in the distance. You do see the gates closed. Everyone had moved inside the castle, so the guards aren't even outside of the gate at this point. Those two that had been standing out there have moved inside the castle.
Right. I'm going to Squirrel's butthole immediately.
You end up at the squirrel's butthole, not realizing it's the wrong tavern, and nobody is there.
I'm like, oh fuck, not this
Yeah,
again.
last
Yeah. So yeah, I go there. I go to the squirrel's butler immediately.
There it is.
And I presume my invisibility will still be on as I arrive there.
It will take you about half an hour to get there, is what I had presumed the first time. I didn't do exact measurements,
Josh is
but it is a good distance across the city.
I presume. Well, it's an hour, so that was only like 4 or 5 turns. So like, you know.
Yeah. So you will still have the invisibility as you enter.
Right. I'm gonna go invisible into the place. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm. And as you enter, there are about 9 people in total in the building.
Okay. Do I see their table?
Now, for the rest of the group, it has been about 2.5 hours. Are you still sitting at the same table?
We went to bed.
I have sequentially moved using the Fibonacci sequence to an array of different places in the room with which to secrete my location from oncoming ne'er-do-wells.
Just to draw this out.
Okay.
This is what you're saying then.
So,
in other words,
Raylark is secreting across the room.
Yup.
Yup.
And what was that, Fenton?
I said, in other words, you're just like moving from place to place like a bird.
He's hopping from the back of chair to the back of the chair. He's perching on each chair.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm probably just sitting there.
Wherever the most number of party members are, I will go to.
Yes, everyone is presumably at a table. I don't know if they've been sitting there this whole time just chatting, or if they've ordered
So,
drinks.
did the door open?
The door did have to open. I assume he's not jumping in through a window, right?
No, I
Could
just,
be.
but literally, I'm doing this pretty quickly. So if I would do it even loudly. So
Yeah.
I've literally come in and just,
I
I've
Loudly-
walked up and I've just basically pushed hard and the thing. I can make it, but you know what? Let's just work it out. How hard did I push it?
It might not
Pretty hard.
do anything. It might not do
Oh,
anything
let's see
to
if-
in the long run to actually, this might not be necessary, but
I
I
can't
would be
actually open it.
suspicious if the door.
I'm panicking. I'm really.
He ran up to the door. He pushed with all his might and fell over.
I stand up.
Yeah, I mean, I would be suspicious if the door opens and no one comes through.
I stand up. I'm like, "Ugh," I presume 4 is good enough.
It's good enough to open a door.
Yeah, I just open it then. It doesn't make a huge amount of noise, I would imagine. I'm going to go over to the table once I'm finally able
You
to
realize the
move.
door was a pull, not a push.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Fuck. I'm like, as I get the door and it doesn't open, I'm just like,
Ah, fuck's sake.
and then I make my way over to the table.
Oh, was that supposed to be with voice mod? Because it didn't happen.
Oh, did it not happen?
There's no voice button now.
No.
Nope.
You're going to have to just do it manually.
I can't do that voice. It's fucking too high. Oh, here, wait a minute.
Elmo?
What about now? Is his voice button now?
There she is.
Yeah, okay.
There's our girl.
I do declare. So
Wow.
I'm like,
Fuck's sake.
and then I make my way in. And I make my way over to the table where they are sitting, and I do not drop in invisibility. And I say,
Yeah. Hello. It's been a while. We need to go.
My friend, have you died? I hear your voice from the great beyond.
Yes, I have died. And you need to go. We need to go. I have been a while. Went to try and get these candles, and essentially, well, I have got the candles.
candles just materialize from thin air and lands on the table. Then I say,
And did a bit more exploring. That place is all fucked up. Ignoring that, I didn't want to. My magic's only allowed me to cast so much magic in a day, so I need to basically then replenish my powers. So when I tried to leave, I hoped that they were going to allow me to leave so am able to go back later with the ring after we've made the mold, but pretty much I walked out, the guards have stopped me. The guards remember us leaving. I tried to deceive them. I cast a spell on them so they know I tried to do magic on them. They saw me leave earlier, so now they know who I am. And I have some magics which I can use to disguise myself, but there's only so much magic that someone like me can use to disguise themselves, because look at me. So therefore, the kind of, I can't go back today with the ring, and luckily it wasn't being.
I'm saying this quietly.
And essentially, these guys know who I am, and if they know who I am and they remember me being in your company, they know who you are. And I can disappear. I can do certain things for a while, but the problem is that they know who you are, and they're gonna come knocking, and that's a problem. The other side of it is that we still have the ring. I can't go back there. And these people who you were making this agreement with, I wasn't there. I assume they will come knocking as well. So where does this leave us? This is not a good situation to be in.
I can return the ring. I can become a mouse. I can return the ring.
And does your magic allow you to transport goods like that, at that size?
Yeah, can you like keep it?
I am able to do this twice a day. So that means, or twice a day. Twice per sleep. So I can take the form of a rat or a mouse, go, take my normal form, drop the ring somewhere, and then become the mouse again. It's not without risk.
Okay.
It's not without risk. I don't know how.
Well, the place is in lockdown right now, and
Yeah.
assuming we make the copy. We always knew that these guys I don't even know their name. These guys you were making the arrangement with, that they were always going to potentially come to us. I think we knew that by the fact that we made the decision to just cut them out. We knew the risks there. However, there's now risks with the city. And if we need to go through this portal with this letter, for all we know, that could be rescinded. So we need to move quickly if we're going to move on that. And I don't know what it's like up there. We could be stuck up there.
Well, I was wondering, will Fenton be able to actually navigate the new layout of the castle?
Well,
or is the plan just to like surreptitiously leave the ring on the floor?
Yeah, well, my plan always was just to walk up and just go, yeet, and just fling it into the main room onto the floor. It's like, Alzheimer's, whatever his name was, has just decided to drop it on the floor. So, like, yeah, no, I'm not being cruel, but like, I'm kind of being cruel. But like, you know what I mean? Like, he was. I'm not a nice person. And he's like, my dark humor. You know what I mean? So, like, we just drop on the floor and he forgot it because he's old.
Just drop it where it could be found, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or even in that other room, because maybe he thinks that when the thing was pulled back from the handshake that he could see it lying on the floor. That seems more plausible. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rely on you to kind of tell me the layout.
You were there, so that was just.
Well, I was there for
But that happened, so yeah. So I think you'd be all right, to be able to do that. But yeah.
Well, so. Where is the portal to the Archmages? Do we know?
You were told.
Yep, I tell him straight away.
I've got brain damage. I don't know where these things are.
I'm going to roll for Jakar to see if he remembers.
Scott's gonna love this when I tell him tomorrow in work. I'm like, here, this whole thing's fucked now. Bye.
Let's see, history.
Jakar's fucking useless. I turn. I suddenly become invisible as I have thrusted my sword into Jakar's back as I murder him.
I tell them not to panic because I have got intimate details to where the portal is.
Oh, you're the portal boy. That's right. You love your fucking portals.
Well, Yeah, but also, well, okay. So, but realistically, I can find the nearest portal within a mile, and that could be up or down. But I was listening really carefully, and I can tell you when I go inside my thoughts of thinking,
Use my inner voice.
the portal is somewhere.
How does your portal spell work? Like, I'm obviously saying this on a character. How does your portal spell work? Is it the nearest portal, or is it all nearest portals? It's a
It's just
technicality.
the nearest portal within a mile, I think. You can detect the distance and direction of the closest portal within 1 mile. Yeah. So
He did tell us. Surely it's like common knowledge how you get up there. It's not like in some hidden place.
it's there's like it's signposted.
That's not the vibe I got.
The portal on the way.
The vibe I got was it was just like on a street somewhere, but like you had to like basically give the paperwork to get in. That's how I kind of envisaged it. So
surely we
that is sort of how it was described.
Yeah,
I bet we passed these people on our way to the castle.
Yes.
Right.
Well, what I say is that
Okay. The issue is that we could be stuck there because if we have done things, I mean, I have done things, they know about me, but they're going to ask you questions. So you can just feign ignorance, I suppose, that I was, like, I don't know, like, modern day slavery or something, but, like it's essentially, once we get up there, I don't think we can have any way of getting out, and we could be stuck, and I don't know what they'll do to us. They could throw us into prison if they suspect anything of you, and they already expect things of me. I'm kind of used to it by now, but, you know.
Didn't Zendrin apply to be part of the Archmages?
From your recollection, that was in Free City.
Okay.
The Council of Dragons in Free City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But, okay, so based on Raylark's, I will give you a little bit of information that he recalls, which is the Regent Rivkol Fafmalan was talking about how the portal's just right around the corner.
Yeah, but
so that's as much as you know, is it's right around the corner from the castle.
But it's not in the castle.
Whatever that means, right around the corner.
Well, because that could be right around the corner from the room that we're in.
Real, your storyline is now over.
From the castle.
Are we just leaving? Is that what's happening?
Your storyline is now dust. Goodbye.
I just crumble into sand.
So you could use your portal locator.
I can find portal
at least once, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's an action, and I get it. I think I get it back after a what rest?
Short rest.
It is
short or long rest. So yeah, I can do it on the hour every hour.
It is only fair, because I took up time in the session. So I will say,
if you're bringing the ring back, there was areas of the castle I think we didn't explore, maybe in its grounds. If it is there, because we're not sure, you could go in your rat form after you left the ring. And perhaps, Raylark, if you wanted to use your detect portal spells or your magics, that could give us a steer if you go outside. But I can't. I need to go into hiding right now.
do we have a room here? I think we did have a room here. I don't even know if this has all happened on the same day. I thought I had bought a room, but I don't know if that was the same day or was the previous day.
The Squirrel's Butler. Did you get a room there?
I remember being very blasé about getting a room. Maybe
You probably did.
there was. Well, where else
That was-
would we have gotten one? Because I do recall us getting one.
There was one other pub you went to, or inn you went
Let me
to.
look.
Let's see, useful shops. I just have to find the name of that.
Well, it might have been another one actually. If somebody,
I think the other one you went to was the Grand Lady.
I don't remember writing that down. How many sessions ago would that have been?
A while ago,
There's
when you first met Jakar.
There's Jakar.
And Jakar was staying at the Temple of Death, and you talked about could we stay there as well?
Well, it might be better.
If I need to go into hiding, it might be better somebody else pays. I'll give you the money.
Because I'm still doing this while
Someone else what?
basically, it might be better if somebody else buys a room here. I don't know if we're going to be here all night, but it's obviously I'm invisible, so it's better that I'm not even seeing. No one's seen me here. You may have heard a squeaky voice, albeit I was trying to do it quietly, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, do they have rooms? I mean, like obviously they've got like rooms, but like, is this the kind of place where there's like a password to get a room?
when have we ever encountered that ever?
This is the place where this is the shady one. Like, I don't know how the rules work here.
No, this was the quiet one.
Yeah, I don't remember it's been shitty.
But yeah, in the shady side of town.
The shady one was the one that you went to earlier, which was the what was it? Cherry something.
Cherry Blossom.
The one with the cherry wine. That was the shady one.
Well, in any case, if someone gets a room, I'm just going to go into hiding. That's me for the next 10 sessions.
Yeah, there are only a couple of rooms here, but you could get one. Oh, there was. You did get a room here actually, because I remember mentioning that it was multiple people to a pallet.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, pallet.
We've already went through this. Like, yeah. So, like, I mean, do we still have that? Is it the same day or is it a different day?
Same day.
So we still have a room.
Yeah, yeah.
Or will I just go up? I say everyone then.
Unless we have anything else to discuss, I'm going to head to the room.
Do you have anything else? I mean, I can leave it with yourselves. Then I just go to the room.
I need the.
Oh, hey, we haven't made the mold yet.
Right.
Do we have the clay?
So do we want to just go?
We have the
up
candles.
and- well, we were gonna take some kind of parchment to make
Impression.
seals, right?
Yeah.
All right, we were pre-making them. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Let's do that. Let's go do that.
Right, so we all go
We
up to the
just
room.
go up and do that, and then
Yeah, we go up to the room. The paper is there. The candles are there. The ring is there.
You have people who know how to write, presumably.
Well, that's
I
Jakar.
just want to
we
make
have what's
sure.
his name? Jakar.
I
Yeah.
want to make sure Jakar has been practicing his high quality forgeries.
Well, he doesn't need to write. We just need to.
Nobody-
We're just gonna make the seals.
Yeah, but he said he would be practicing forgeries for King Fimbulwinter so that when he had to write a letter, it would look like it was from him.
Well, we can just do that on some scraps of paper.
Oh yeah. No, that's just happening in the background.
Well, he doesn't have to write anything now.
Yeah.
We just need to put the seal on.
Yeah.
No, wait,
Let's have him
wait a minute.
practice his
Wait a
forgery.
minute. The seals are for the envelopes, are they not?
So the letter itself was directly sealed, not the envelope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right.
Wouldn't it? Was it? So it was.
Can we look at the copy we have?
I was picturing. Admittedly, everyone pictures a different thing, right? I was picturing the papers folded, and then the seal
Yep.
closes the. So there is no envelope.
Correct. That's how it was done for that letter.
Yeah, but it's still sealing the piece of
It's
paper.
basically like folded and then you seal it.
So we're sealing shot paper, which we have not written on.
What?
Are we sealing paper shut then?
Paisley's confused.
Look at him. Oh, look at him. What a lovely pup. I thought so. Was it like full?
You were just going to make a bunch of the seal impressions
okay.
with the ring, and then you were going to melt those onto paper later, I believe was the plan.
Yes.
I know it was more than a week ago.
Right. Okay, well, let's just do it.
Well, no, that was like last week. So no.
Yeah.
Well, you started discussing this 2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah.
And in any case, that's fine. I forgot. I forgot. I knew I forgot. So I'm stressed. So right. So this is stressed in my free time. So yeah. Well, but let's just do it then. I mean, it's not that deep. Like you just flip and melt the wax and then drop the thing on.
Yeah.
She's listening very intently.
Yeah, she's.
Oh, she
is upset because I did not share.
Oh.
I just had some food and I did not share. Well, we can't really share much with her because she had bladder stones last year. So.
Oh. She's watching intently.
She doesn't get people food anymore. Yeah, she's like, "Where's my stuff? Here,
Where's my food? I'm so hungry."
Give me something to play with.
It's like, I don't give a shit about that. Where's the food? Fuck you. I know that.
Did I stutter?
Did I stutter? The bee's lying there. What a lovely creature. Right. Yes.
That's her nickname is Creature.
Well, I call our dogs. I'm like, hello, creature. So I was like, oh, hello, because they are creatures. So anyway, yes,
Because they
are creatures. Right away, let's make these things so we can get moving. We make the things. How many can we make?
So how many would you like to make? You have, I believe, 4 candles is what I had told you last time. Did you make note of how many?
7.
7? Okay.
Well, I've written 7, so I presume that's right. I also spelled cylindrical objects wrong, so I presume it was 7.
Yeah.
So I'm going to melt
now 7 candles. You can make a lot of seals potentially with that.
Yeah, well, fuck it.
It doesn't take very much.
But do we need to?
How many would you like to make?
Well, the thing is that these were the special candles which we have lifted. So presumably we're never going to have a use for them again. I mean, if you want, we can leave one.
Candles.
We use 6 candles worth. Like, it's not how long is it really going to take to make them.
The candles for sealing generally will both melt and harden very quickly, because they don't want it to take forever to seal a letter.
So how much like wax is like in a candle? Like is 1 candle?
Oh, probably enough for, I'd guess, 8 seals per candle.
Well, how many do you want to make? Do you want to make like 16 or something?
Yeah, let's just make 16.
All right, well, 16 seals. Somebody can take them.
We'll try to make 16. Let's just try that first.
Yeah, we'll see how shit they are. We have to burn them all.
Actually, do we want to just try one first?
To, right?
Yeah.
So we can at least kind of compare pressure.
How many newtons of force did this old man flapping?
We must measure it all.
Oh no!
Bring out the lab coats.
Such a valid point.
I don't know, like a.
I mean, I'm not going to make you roll for each seal to see how well you crafted it.
Good.
Yeah, let's just make 16 of them, because we don't need a ton. We don't even need 16, really, but if times get hard, we can sell them for passage.
You have seals.
Orf, orf.
Right, so we have 16 seals. If somebody wants to take them, not me, because I don't want anything on my person.
That sounds like a job for Jakar.
Yep, Jakar
All right.
Jakar
I
can
will
take
add
them.
them to
Jakar the
his
seal boy.
I dressed Jakar up in my clothes. I'm like,
16, you said?
16.
Yeah.
I mean, do they look all right? I mean, they look comparable. I mean,
Yeah, it's wax that you've pressed the ring into. Some of them might be a little bit misshapen.
we can give him 16 things, sure. Do you know what the only...
We want to probably keep at least one candle so we have like that little bit if we need to like fill in.
Yeah. Well, we can keep all the candles.
Yeah, we can keep them all. Just
So that was 2.
Jakar can carry those too.
Yeah. He gets the candles. Yeah. He's not here, so this is his punishment. Do you know what they want to...
Oh, you're giving him the candles as well?
Yeah. Well, I'll give him... No, I'll keep them. I'll just keep them. I'll just keep the candles.
Okay.
5 candles. I have. Do you know what we really should have done? Is it literally just like walked out of this place, went around the corner, dropped like a bucket of water onto the ground, onto some like grass or soil, make sure it was muddy, and just imprinted the ring into that. Then cut out a square around it and just carried around the square with the ring.
With hindsight's 20.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh well. Right.
Sometimes hindsight's, just as fuzzy as foresight.
Sometimes it's 2010.
I'm blind, so yeah. I mean, I'm nothing else to add. So we've made the copies. I give the ring to Fenton, and I'm just going to stay in the room.
And Fenton, are you going ahead with your plan to become rat and
To become rat.
I am become
I
rat.
did.
I am become rat. Yeah.
Just a slightly smaller target. As long as are there mice or mice-like rodents like around here?
you're in a
your
city?
world.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
figured. So,
Mice, rats, spiders, cockroaches,
yeah.
detritivores of all sorts.
So, how
Detritivores.
far is it to how far is it to the palace?
About a
How long?
30-minute trip by normal walking speed.
Okay. Because we are associated with Scrackington, so okay. Trying to bring up my character sheet. It is loading. There it is.
That's why I was kind of asking, like, can you...
Just checking wild shape because I think it's an hour.
Yeah, but when you're in that, can you carry everything that you own? Like, I don't know how that works.
Everything that is on my person is on my person.
All right, okay.
So everything that I'm carrying is transformed.
Yeah, you have the option of either having it fall to the ground or merge into your new form, or is worn by it. So that's up to you how you want to do that. You can be a little mouse with tiny versions of all your equipment.
No.
Yeah. You can have it become part of your mouse form,
What happens, though? Like,
or you can have it fall to the
if
ground.
the spell only lasts for an hour and you have the ring, and say the ring is your size, then you drop the ring on the floor after an hour, does it just become normal size? Like, how does that work?
I become turtle. I drop the ring, and then I become mouse.
Ah,
Yes.
That was my plan.
yes. I do recall you say that.
You can stay in B shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level rounded down. So
Number
So that's 2 hours, is it?
2 hours.
2 hours. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was like an hour, but maybe that's just low level.
Yeah, I'm reading the PHB right now, so
Yeah. Yeah.
No, well,
Number of hours equal to half your druid level round down. Yeah. So.
yep. So you become Mouse.
Yep.
Mouse is a very unsuspecting little thing. You can easily infiltrate and move about the castle.
Yeah. What is a mouse's movement speed? I can
20
get there in
feet.
I can get there in 2 hours at 20 feet per 6
Yes.
seconds. Okay. Or 40 feet, whatever.
So
Okay.
it would take you 50% longer, 45 minutes to get there.
Yep. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with that plan. First, I look at the ring. Is there anything written on the inside of it? Is it inscribed at all?
So that was one of the questions that Scrackington had before. If there was a maker's mark or anything on it,
Yeah.
you do not see any sort of maker's mark. It is
I
a
more than
smooth.
no, just
It is a
It's some
smooth
form of
bronze ring on
knowledge.
the inside,
Yeah.
but you do not know how the maker might have identified it.
Right.
You
Yeah.
just don't see anything stamped on the inside.
Yeah. Fair. All right. Well, since I know Elvish, maybe it. Yeah. So
Take friends and enter?
I take the ring with me. I turn into Mouse, and then I make my way towards the palace,
Mm-hmm.
castle, palace, whatever it is.
Yep, you're making your way uptown, walking fast.
Mhm.
No problems.
It's an odd version of that song.
Yeah, no, you can, like I said, enter the castle without issue as a mouse. You do see that the castle is in an uproar, that
Yeah.
the gates are closed, but that doesn't prevent you from squeezing through. That people are conducting searches. So you see lights, both magical and torches, being thrown around to illuminate the area. You only see guards as you're passing through. You don't seem to see any staff members. In fact, you have yet to see anyone who's a member of staff except the regent. As of between both visits there, or all three if you want to include Scrackington's visit.
So if I go towards where we we were all in the room with the regent.
Yes, there was a conference room just on the other side of the entrance.
Yeah, so I want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a lot of activity in there?
Very little activity in the conference room at the moment. You can tell that people have been running back and forth through here. The doors were left open, but nothing is occurring at the moment.
Is there like a corner?
Yeah, it's a moderately sized room, and so there is a corner that has one corner has a statue in it, one corner has like a small chest in it, but there is a free corner that you can slip into.
Somewhere not visible to the door, or I don't know if there's windows or anything.
No windows in here.
Okay.
So, yeah,
So
there's
as long
the
as I'm
conference
away
room.
from the, okay, yeah. As long as I'm
Yeah,
away
you can.
from the door. And I'm gonna try to do this pretty quickly. So it does say like it's a bonus action. So I think it'd be pretty quick to
yeah, you can drop it and then transform again within 6 seconds.
yeah, so basically I want to do I hear anyone coming?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to, or I guess see, like, torch, moving.
You can make a perception check if you'd like to pause for a
Yeah.
moment to try and figure out what's happening.
Yeah. I'll do that. Perception. See if my rolls are any good today. Okay.
As you were coming in, you made note of the location of everyone and where they were heading.
Yeah.
You were very like on point. Maybe it's the mouse's natural sense for predators
Yeah. I
that
didn't
has
actually.
heightened your own.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm proficient in skills, so I'm good. Okay. So then I'm going to. I'm going to transform back. I'm going to. Like. Is it stone floors?
You can see that it's a tile floor in here. The chairs just slide back and forth across that smoothly.
Okay. So I'm just gonna place the ring on the floor carefully, quietly, as far as I can like reach without moving. Really, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't want to drop it or anything like that, or like throw it.
You place the ring on the ground.
Then I'm going to turn back into a mouse. Is this where he said the portal was just around the corner?
Yeah, this is where you were having that conversation.
Okay.
But what that could mean, it's up to you to
Right.
figure out.
Oh
Could mean all sorts of
no.
things.
I bet you the portal's through that fucking door. Which, why would he ever give us a letter? Because he would then know we have to come back there, so maybe it isn't there. That would be ridiculous to suggest. Here's your letter to get you
I'm
through
not
the
gonna
portal.
press my luck while they're active. I'm just gonna head back out. I'm not gonna go investigate right now.
Mm-hmm. And being in mouse form, you have plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
You could make it all the way back to the squirrel's butler and then still have probably an hour in mouse form.
Yeah. So yeah, I come back in and transform back.
Oh, you're not going to Stuart Little it?
No,
Why not?
I can't talk.
So does it say you lose your...
It's like, hello, it's me. I'm a mouse,
That's
bitches.
always how we played it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't cast spells and your ability to speak is limited to the capabilities of your beast form.
Yeah. So yeah, I transform back into Turtle and just say it's done.
Oh yeah, so you're in the room.
Yeah. Assuming everyone is in there still, which I suppose is not necessarily an assumption because it's been like an hour plus.
Well, I'm there.
Probably.
Jakar is there.
I presume you were there, Raylark.
I am there.
Then I have to say,
Well, that's good. We have what we set out to do, but like what now? Where is this portal, and are we still doing that?
That's up to Raylark. I don't.
Yeah, it seems to me that the archmages are the only people who really know what happened to the king. And if we're going to find out about the suspicious circumstances around his death, that's where we need to go. But also, like this is kind of like not the end of the road, but like this is all we've kind of got left to resolve the situation. So if we're gonna find out anything, I think this is like the place it's going to be because
Are you saying this in character?
Yeah, I do. All of this is a character. But Riv Cole doesn't seem to really know what's going on. He's just got the interest of Kadraka Durgark Parador for Durgark.
Who's Rivkol?
He's the regent.
Oh, right, okay.
His first name is Riv Cole.
Yeah.
And it's general. Okay, I obviously I completely butchered it, but like, so the guy who's in line to be the new emperor, Kadraka.
You just said the regent, but okay, go
on. Like that's his main concern is like if the Vizier goes down, we get a new guy. He's not particularly interested in the previous emperor. Doesn't really seem to think there's much going on there. So if we speak to the archmages and they can share whatever, or they confirm what the region had said, then that's the conclusion of that story, effectively.
Okay. So we don't exactly know where the portal is. Do we think it's within the castle?
Oh, I doubt that, seeing as we got a letter from the regent to take to the guardsmen.
Okay.
So I reckon it's outside the castle.
Okay. The problem is that I don't know, can I really show my face there because of what has transpired? So I may be best waiting behind. I had questions, but I don't know really if that's going to be filtered up to them. So, realistically, if I was to go through the portal, I should probably take a long rest so I could disguise myself, but it's really not feasible for me to be walking around up there if, I'm going to be spotted. So, perhaps I will meet you after your work is done.
I mean, we can definitely relay the questions if you've got.
So I stop and think because I need to exactly remember. And I say,
it's about her condition and whether it can be fixed.
And I point to your woman whose name I have totally blanked on, Magra, to her, and I say,
I'm sure there's questions about our condition which could be answered. You may want to be mindful of that, but especially for her condition because of the state that she's in.
I thought you guys had forgotten about her.
No, I've remembered. I wrote it down last time to make sure to ask questions.
I wonder what she's actually going to do.
Yes, my friend. So what is the deal with her?
We don't know.
I've nothing further to add.
That's why I'm asking the question. Pass that on. I will meet you when
And
you're
are
done.
you sure? Are you sure you want to stay behind? I mean, by yourself?
Well, I can't see any other way to proceed in relation to this matter. I would like to imagine that if the castle, which is one of the points of, authority in this place, is takes issue with me being there, and I can't see how I'm going to freely walk through a portal past a guard You might even find that your whole ability to access has been rescinded. I don't know. So, yes, I think it'd be best that I whip behind.
Well, they've only seen you by your outfit. Is there a way you could change that in some way?
Yeah, I did think about this. I think like the idea of like in my outfit, which is really not, it's pretty obvious, and like wearing like a wee hat on top of it is not going to really make much of a difference. Yeah. All I say is,
I mean, I can try, but let's just say if I'll go, but if we approach the portal and there's questions asked, and then I'm going to have to run.
That seems reasonable.
so, yeah. I mean, the kind of reality is if you just go up, you have to come down again. So else could be here. But I mean, if there's sessions of work, I mean, I appreciate gameplay wise, I'm just out of the game essentially until that's resolved. But that's just the way of it.
These
You
things
know.
happen.
Yeah. You got to play with the cards you're dealt. So,
Let's go mess
I
up.
didn't know if you had like a disguise self or
well, I do
magic items.
Well, I
like
do
that.
have disguise self. I have the spell disguise self, and I have and I have a disguise kit. But again, it only
you
only
probably
lasts
have other
1
items.
hour. So that is the issue. So if there's any combat, say combat happens up there, and I've had to literally cast 5 hours of disguise self, I have no spell slots, so I'm essentially useless. Really. You know, that's what I mean. There's limiting factors. So,
Well, you have probably other items like the Ratman hood.
but I'm wearing that. So,
Oh, you're wearing that? Okay.
yeah. So that, I mean, that's just my normal equipment. So,
Well, you could take that off.
yeah.
You could reveal the
Other things
real
technically-
you.
Yeah, that won't work out well, I assure you.
Well, I'm trying to remember what I had described for your outfit back in session 1.
I'm basically literally wearing I'm wearing a mask with a cloak, and I'm basically wearing essentially rags. That is how, you know, at least I've always
Right.
depicted myself.
But there was something about that cloak I remember.
Well, I can't remember.
And I'm trying to remember what it was.
Like 2 years ago, I can't remember.
Yeah. So let's see as if it's in your character
The only
sheet.
thing I could think, well, there's like the only thing because I was thinking about this for this session because I anticipated this coming up is that, yeah, it's probably that there at the bottom. I don't presume you can't really see my highlights.
Yeah, that.
Last line, but I mean, because the festival's on, maybe people are in costume and I could steal their costumes. That's the only thing I could think to do. That's the only thing I was thinking of.
Well, you could buy different clothes, right? Like buy a fancy looking cloak, or I don't know what your mask looks like, but you could maybe buy a different mask.
Yeah, is there anybody wearing like costumes around? Is this sort of like, it isn't really probably about that. It was more celebrations for the end of the thing. Would there be any cultural thing about that? How people would have dressed, or?
This is a festival, so there were definitely performers. And performers are known to wear costumes and outfits of all sorts, ranging from, colorful outfits to jesters, uniforms to masks that you might see in plays and theater.
Right. Well,
Get a kabuki
Time to get the
mask.
Greek masks on.
we can try and work that out. We'll work it out. Sure. But we need. I presume we're going to rest and then do it in the morning because it's night. So we can work it out. Obviously, shops are not going to be open at like whatever time it is.
Yeah, now it is getting late in the evening because you've had multiple trips back and forth between the castle and the Squirrel's Butler.
Well, I would prefer the long rest if we can do so.
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, you have a room here. You're welcome to.
Well, I wish to do that if you rest, you guys are happy.
Whatever the party would like to do.
Oh, you're muted. I can't hear you.
I'm good with the rest.
No, here you know.
Raylark, are you good with being arrested?
Historically, I've not been as willing.
Yeah.
Oh. Can we? Okay. What?
Are we long
I was
resting?
joking. Are you good for a long rest? I was joking.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm happy to arrest.
All right. Because it means
I'm just
I
thinking,
can start
like,
fixing my spell slots.
If we do get into combat. Anyway.
Right.
If you do get into combat.
Fine, we'll just kill everyone.
Violence.
Fine.
Let me just start eating things about here.
Let's give Shakar his long rest. Although I don't think he's done anything to need it.
I'm still injured from the previous combat, so
That's you. Yeah, you shouldn't be. And I have not given you guys experience from that combat, nor from anything else you've done since. So let me calculate some experience while you long rest. Because this also gives you a chance to pick any spells you want to have prepared.
Yeah, I've done that, yeah. We get half our hit dice back, right? Yeah, so
Yes.
I'm back to full.
How long would it have been? No, never mind.
I
was going to suggest we could have taken a short rest. I could have done my portal thing again and then long rested so I get it back again.
Well, it's up to you. I need a long rest because I like my spell slots are fucked.
You could, right before doing the rest, use your portal skill if you'd like.
Well, I would have to have gone to a different place to have gotten like bearings as to where, if there was a different portal where it would be that would be nearer. And I think that will just muddy things up.
I presume I don't have my 500 copies of Poster of Dickhead that I've written in my inventory. I presume they're gone.
You distributed those, yeah.
Okay, let me just get rid. And the Signet Ring of Old Man, and I still have them. Okay. Oh yeah, what's my cape do? It's annoying not having that in my actual inventory.
Cape with the Mont Blanc?
Yeah, that's right. I see it here.
Lets you
Dimension Door.
I believe it lets you vanish into a puff of acrid smoke and then reappear at another location, something like that.
So it's Dimension Door, is what it says. I forgot.
Is that what
It says the smell, the cape, this cape smells faintly of brimstone. While wearing it, you can use it to cast the Dimension Door spell as an action.
Yeah,
I just could have fucking Dimension
And
Door out of
folks
here. If
like-
only I remembered that I had that. I could have just fucking Dimension Door straight out of the fucking thing. Oh well. That's that lesson learned for there. I'm going to put that into my fucking character sheet so I don't forget this again. Because it's the line in the items. Let's see.
Yeah, make sure you go read through all your magic items because you've got a few.
I'm going to put that.
And it says it actually will lightly obscure the space you left and the space you appear in.
I'm going to add Dimension.
So it does more than just dimension.
So I'm just going to add Dimension Door to my character sheet.
Yeah, and you can make it like a once per day.
Because this would have avoided this whole fucking issue.
Yeah, I feel like my amulet of cure wounds and mirror of sanctuary may not have been a big help.
Well, you actually you weren't here for that session, but I had your character use the amulet of cure wounds.
Oh, great.
So it does come in handy.
But okay, but it says destroy it after or on a one.
On a one.
All right, that's fine. Okay, cool.
So,
right,
yeah.
so I've still, okay.
So I always have that Dimension Door prepared while I'm wearing it. So I'll just add that on.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna add everything in the. I should have done this previously. While we're doing this, well, I'll maybe ask you. I'll ask you later. Never mind. It's not important. I'm over my storage limit. I cannot upload new files or send emails. Okay, I don't know how that happened, but okay.
But based on everything that's happened since I last awarded XP, oops, I sent that as Jakar, but 800 each. So I believe that puts you at 5,700.
Yeah. It's not even level up.
What was that?
Is that even level up? I don't know anymore.
No, 6,500? Yeah.
What other...
So you need another 800.
What other items I have? You open things in my sheet and I'll work out how to fucking get rid of it. Let me see. Oh,
You got that armor you picked up in the mansion?
yeah, but... Yeah, that's not... I don't even know how you even opened what you did. So, like, how do I close this? So I can...
Oh, the I next to the 13. So there's a little black button with an I in it. Letter I. That's the information icon.
Okay, that cannot be there. That needs to be in my sheet proper because I will never open that. I don't even know how you reopen it. Let me see.
So each time you hover over, there it has a little gray eye in the bottom right, and you click that, and it expands it. Some of these there's no information written.
This is really.
But if it was if it was an item I dragged in from the compendium, all the information goes in there by default.
Okay, I didn't even know you could add information to those. So let me see. I was going to add them where I can visibly see because it's only when I scroll up and down.
Yeah,
glamour.
Everything can have mods and properties and additional descriptions. Every item.
Yes. On these sheets aren't good enough. I'm having to click a thing which is like literally 1 millimeter in width.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
And I will never remember to do that. So let me see. Do these have the cerebellum? Vellum doesn't have it either.
That was not something from the compendium.
Okay.
So you'll find that in the handouts.
Yeah, okay. That's all right. There's so many things I don't
Like
think
the
I
Thunder God boots.
yeah, I think they're in my inventory. Yeah,
Yep, but you'll find the description. for
I
them when you
remember
hang
that
out.
description, so that's fine. The other things I didn't. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's everything sorted. So, the next day, what I'm going to do is that my armor is underneath my cloak, so I'm going to go and try and source a new cloak and mask. So I'm going to look and see where I can do that.
Make an investigation roll for me to see what you find for shops. Because you're just looking for clothing stores, essentially. Sounds like.
Well, I have costume, clothes, and I've written magic. I don't know what that meant. I saw that before. It's in my inventory.
Let me take a look at your inventory. Costume, clothes.
It's below disguise kit.
Oh, that was, I think, a reference to your cloak.
Okay, well, I'm just going to look for normal things. I'm going to look for like a mask, and I'm basically looking for like a robe with a hood. So I'm going to think more of a more colorful version and a different mask. Obviously, I'm sure they're not repeatable. And that's all I pretty much need. So I guess I'll make an investigation roll. Apologies.
All right. So there's not actually very far away from where you are now at the Squirrel's Butler. There is a used clothes dealer named the Wolf in Sheep's Clothing that you stumble upon. If you'd like to check that out, or if you'd like to continue further, that is up to you.
I'll go in there. Oops. I'll go in there.
All right.
So move this mic.
And inside, you find that this is a secondhand clothing shop. So a lot of it is discounted and has been patched or worn in some way. So these are not new fabrics.
Sure.
They're all, they've seen some travel, or they've seen some work in the past.
All right.
The prices are reflecting that, so they're a lot cheaper than what you would get at a custom tailor store.
All right. That's fine.
And they are selling a number of things because of how many wizards and mages and sorcerers there are in this city. I believe I've mentioned that before, that it seemed like on every corner there was someone throwing around basic spells during the festival. There are lots of robes and outfits that are common to wizards in this city.
Okay. So basically what I'm looking for is, like, the way my character is, this in terms of their clothing, to refresh, is that I am wearing a hood. I have a mask on which covers my entire face, so there's no part of my body visible. I probably have, I do have basically robes that extend my entire body up to the arms, and I'll be wearing gloves. So what I need is gloves, robes, because I presume robes mostly generally hooded.
Yeah, many of these are hooded, not all of them, but many of them are hooded.
Hooded and a mask.
Hoot, hoot.
I appreciate they might not sell a mask. I might have to source that elsewhere because masks are a bit weird. But
And that's exactly what I was about to tell you, is that you don't find any masks except for masks that people might wear out in the cold or winter or at sea when you've got, the sea blowing in your face. It's not a mask that might cover your full face, but it is more of a mask for most of your face.
okay, that's not good enough. So basically, I'm going to have to look for something like I don't know why it keeps coming to my mind, like a sort of like, like a you'd see for like people like Chinese New Year dressed as dragons have those big giant masks. I don't know why that's what's coming to mind for me. Not necessarily saying that, but a mask which is going to be a full face covering mask is what I'd be looking for. The only other thing
You're gonna find a full Shishi dance.
no, that's
head.
too. It's way too big. I don't know the names for them, but like it's way too big. No. Basically,
But regarding the rest of the clothing, that isn't difficult to source. They do have also a bunch of winter clothing that is available right now because of people not wearing it. So you can find things that are like long gloves that might cover your entire arm. That would help keep people warm during the winter normally. So gloves, cloak, robes, that sort of stuff is all available.
okay, my only question is there any sort of robes, clothing which would be typical to any sort of group?
What sort of group are you thinking?
I don't know. I'm not thinking of any specific group. I'm thinking of groups.
I mean, it's hard for you to know that unless you had a particular group in mind that you knew they wore.
Like, I mean, have I seen a group of individuals in my entire life ever wear a specific color of clothing, which is robes? Like, that is what my question is.
That is robes? That's a good question, because I was going to say you've certainly seen people wearing uniforms, the guards.
Yeah, but that's not what no, it has to be robes.
Right. Go ahead and make me a history check, because I don't think you have. Yeah, at this point, every robe you've seen seems to be very individual, even if mass produced, like it's their own personal taste.
Right.
It's not like, these are the robes of such and such organization.
Right. So there's no like basic. Well, I was thinking, is there like a sort of like random magic sort of guild that I'd be aware of? The sort of this is their attire, like that sort of thing. But no, if I don't know,
no.
Right. So what I'm going to look for is basically a set of, because my robes, everything I'm wearing is black. I'm in full black. So, basically, I'm looking for blue robes, blue gloves, blue shoes. So
Blue suede shoes.
blue suede shoes, yeah. Can I find those things? And the blue robes need to have a hood.
Yes, you can find all of that. Like I said, there's a lot of variety here. And because of the number of spellcasters within the city, you can find all of that.
Well, that's what I want. So how much is this going to sting me?
Only 15 silver.
Right, so what's 1.5 gold?
Yeah.
Right, yep, fine. I will buy from whoever the shopkeepers.
All secondhand.
Yep, I will buy. And right, this then leads to. I'm going to add that in my inventory. So blue robes with hood, shoes, gloves, and then I just need a mask. Is there still festivities going on? I'm just going to try and look for someone to steal a mask from at this point.
Yeah, the festivities are continuing. They have not changed. The festival goes on for many days and weeks.
Okay, so I'm just going to basically look around and see if anybody has literally set a mask down somewhere, and then I'm just going to lift it. That is what I'm wanting to do.
one more investigation check for
Sure.
me. I presume that you're looking to see if there's performers who might be like taking a break or something like that.
Yeah. Anything just
Are we
walking around.
stealthing?
Nope. I'm just looking at this point.
So it's the scene from Sherlock Holmes.
There you go. You're blue now.
I can't see.
Oh, I put that in the.
This
Did it not send?
Oh no, I have seen it. No,
I see it.
I've seen it. I'll fix that. Sorry, it's just with everything I'm running, I actually can't see chat.
Yeah.
On Discord.
You find a tragedy mask.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Fucking fine. That's
Yes, actually, Greek theater.
yeah. That's in keeping. So yeah.
Let's go.
Is somebody wearing it or just
Yep.
sitting there?
It has been set down by some performers who were putting on a show, and they finished one of the acts and are getting things set up, and you just kind of go by and grab the mask that they were using for their performance
Yeah. I'll lift
and
it.
walk off with it.
Yeah, I'll just listen and walk off.
Yep. So now you have a tragedy mask.
Right. So I'm just gonna basically then go back to the rest of the party, change into my blue robes with tragedy mask, and that's my new attire. Insert montage of Eiffel 65, I'm blue, dabba dee dabba da, playing as I change into these clothing. So
How much XP did we get?
800.
800.
Should be in game chat.
So I have changed into those attire. I will update my thing. Yeah. I'm back in a minute.
Oh, it did it as a link. Oh, well. Oh, it didn't even work. That's weird. Like that.
Well, I'm ready to go through the thing. Let me just do something.
Here, let me take you back over to the city map. City map. And you are at the Squirrel's Butler.
Well, I found you missed this. I forgot that my cape gave me Dimension Door, so I just could have Dimension Doored immediately from the fucking place, and then fucking arrived, avoided this whole issue. So, yes, I know I'm a scoundrel. Yeah. Oh well. It's on my sheet now, so that resolves this matter.
All All right, so you are down at the Squirrel's Butler. It is the next morning. You've had a long rest.
Where's the castle?
The castle is to the northeast of you, right up here.
Oh. Well, it's around the corner. Is it useful just to ask anybody where the portal is? Just stop someone in the street and just ask?
That's up to you.
In my new attire, I will stop somebody and ask them.
Excuse me, could you please advise me where the portal is? Thank you kindly.
You're doing this just outside the Squirrel's Butler?
Yeah.
Can you direct me to the nearest guard that will portal me directly to the Archmage? Please and thank you.
And the woman responds that you were asking.
I think you're going to need to be more specific. There's many portals in this city. Where are you trying to get to?
I point into
And
this
as
guy.
you point,
Oh, you're going to want to head toward the castle for that one. It should be just around the corner to the north side of it.
Is it in the castle?
Just around the corner to the north side of the castle. It's not in the castle. So don't head up the slope to the castle. Head around to the north side of it.
Is this where I think she's talking about?
hard to be certain from that description. You'll just have to head to that area and find out.
I thank them. Let's go.
Who is that?
Do you not notice that? Do you not know that meme? It's the one where like the guy, like the child, like is some English guy, and like his he invites people to his birthday party, and no one turns up, and he's like doing he has a wee train set, and he's like doing a conductor, and he's like, oh, let's go. I'll send it later.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, you will be soon.
Instruct me.
Ah, dear. Right.
All right. Well, you guys should all be able to move the token wherever you'd like to go.
To the portal. Where's the token? I didn't even see the token. Oh, here it is.
Yes, that's where the Squirrel's Butler is down there.
Oh, okay.
I moved this. This is where we want to go, right?
Mm-hmm. If you'd like to.
Yeah. I presume that's the road up to like the big rising one, the void.
Which is the road? Sorry.
This one I'm pinging.
The one
Oh, yeah.
being pinned?
So that road leads to the hill that is at the south side that will take you to, winding back.
Oh,
and forth
I
up to
assume
the
that
castle.
was the hill just rising up, and then it flattens out.
Yeah, no, the hill kind of winds like that, where that purple squiggle is.
It was like that. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like
So that way
it
it
was
was-
just like a all the way out to the castle, and then in my mind's eye, it was that anyway.
No, it's a steep winding hill in front of the castle, so that way it was more defensible that they could aim down it.
Well, that's my vision eradicators.
Sorry, I have to destroy things.
That's all right.
It's in the job description. So where you find yourself now is actually in an open park, just to the north of the castle. So you walked past some buildings through an alleyway into this open park. So that whole area right here is greenery, and it's a very nice area. It is not the guardhouse, or sorry, the portal house that you were looking for.
Oh no, I know where it is.
But it is
Sorry, please continue. Sorry, I'm just speaking out loud.
But there are people
thinking out loud.
around, and so if you would like to ask someone else for more specifics, or if you think you're in the area of it, Raylark also does have his ability.
I know where it is. It's in this building.
Do you want to take us there then? And then
It's it.
if it doesn't work, then I can bust a portal check.
It's there.
Mm-hmm. And as you approach the building, there are several men standing outside, queued up, and there are guards on either side of the door. You see them approaching and having brief conversations before stepping into the building one by one. It's not a incredibly large building, so based on the number of people that you see entering, it should be near capacity. And yet more people continue to enter. There, like I said, there's a queue outside the building.
This is like the portal. I guess we just get in the queue.
Yeah, it seems very normal.
Do you like my new clothes?
Ah, sorry.
I'm a blue wizard.
Who are you?
I'm the blue wizard. I'm one of the finest works, but Tolkien only gave very undescriptive information about. Nobody knows who I am. I have 1,000 bazillion gold or silmarillions, if you will.
I read about you, and they removed you from the puppet show.
Weren't there 2 blue wizards?
I believe there was 3.
Was it 3?
And nobody knows.
And that's the point.
Christopher Tolkien's dead, isn't he not?
Christopher? I don't believe so.
I thought he died.
Oh, he did. Back in 2020. I missed that. Wow.
So it because there was something like his son allowed some other thing to be done. So yeah, his Tolkien's as in JRR. But yeah. There you go.
Oh. I missed that news apparently about Christopher Tolkien though, so that's too bad.
Well. Oops.
All right. So you're queuing up
Yeah. You're gonna buy the book?
and you hear you're standing in the queue and you hear the usual chatter, people complaining about council taxes and yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Eventually, you do reach the front of the queue, and the guard says, "Do you have permission to enter?"
It's just like that game, Papers,
Bust out the
Papers, Please.
Yep. I bust out the letter of introduction.
All right, you hand him the letter. I presume you're handing it over.
Yep.
He opens the seal. He's reading it through, glancing up at you, looking down at the letter. He folds it up, sets it aside, and goes, "All right, I guess you can enter."
It wouldn't be too much to ask for the letter back.
That's a weird request. It's from the regent. I mean, what would you want for the? It's not like he's important.
I am a collector of fine scripture, and I find the calligraphic nature of his strokes to be quite fascinating.
Whatever you want. Look here, and he hands you the letter. It's just daft old man who sits in the castle all day.
It's still got the seal on it, right?
It's been broken.
Oh. Okay, then.
Yeah, so when he opens the letter, he breaks the seal to open the letter.
We can see
Well, maybe if he
ourselves.
was a bit more careful. Anyhow, that's fine.
The guard thought it was funny.
What?
No,
The guard thought it was funny.
It doesn't pick up when you whisper.
Oh, it
the noise
doesn't?
gate is.
Oh, I'm saying. I'll just say. I say in a whisper.
The guard thought it was funny. We should see what it actually said.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. What does it say?
So now reading the letter for the first time, because you couldn't before, you see that it's very hastily written, and it says, "These
Give them
are
everything.
these are a group of tourists who have been looking around the city. Just let them through, I guess. Please, maybe they'll just wander around, and then they can be on their way. They're not going to make any trouble, I'm sure. Sorry about the inconvenience."
Oh, I hate this guy so much.
You made fun of me saying he had Alzheimer's.
Like, he is who he is through and through, and I hate that. Right.
My
so
new
we
character
continue
motivation is
on.
to kill this man.
Yeah. So do we just follow on the queue?
So
He's letting us in, right?
when you step inside, you are being let through. And there is a portal in front of you that has been kind of just sitting there swirling this whole time. So whatever you would like to do at this point, it is in front of you.
I'm able to go into this. Okay. I haven't had any reaction to this one.
You've had no reactions to anything so far.
All right, then. I'm happy to walk in.
I am also.
Magra should be with you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think she would have came with us, yeah.
I will walk
Mhm.
in too.
Sorry, what was that?
I will walk in too.
You will walk into? All right. Let me make sure all of these are tied to your character.
Jakar's too scared. He waits behind. Just ruining him for next session. Nah, I presume he comes too.
All right. And then as you step into the portal, the guard chuckles back at you. Good luck.
Well, I just was
That's an odd statement.
cast
Oh,
into
gosh.
smoke. What the fuck?
Okay, so I've done a cursory scan. I don't think we're on the map yet.
Where are we
And
at?
if we are,
Are we on this?
You don't have.
you
You need light.
It's a sea of smoke.
You need light.
it's just smoke central. It's very detailed smoke. It looks great.
We're in the dark
Right,
realm.
you
If you zoom out, it looks a little bit like dough when it's all bubbly.
Sorry, let me give you light. Because it should not be completely dark in here.
I'll take the spell light. Okay, I just see rain and lightning just appeared in the middle of the map. That is
Can
baller
you
extreme.
ping where we are, please?
Oh, I think I
Yes.
see us. But it's so small.
No, as in like
Okay, this map
ping to location.
Yeah, I'm focus ping. There you go.
Okay, Fergus is fucking.
place
This
is-
is small. Right.
This place is crazy big.
So like, yeah, this area is very small. Yeah.
All right, hang on, wait. I've seen this place before.
We all
Um,
look around at Magra. What the fuck is this?
You see what you see.
Yeah, but what are we looking at? Like, we went through a portal and we're in some like random corridors. Are we in rooms? Is this outside? What is?
So
The
you've
art
stepped
and
through. All you know now is you've stepped through a portal.
yeah, no,
And-
I'll tell you. I'll show you exactly where we are.
Surely we can see what we're looking at.
I have forgotten all about that place.
Oh,
You know, the last time I played D2.
No, yeah.
You tell me we are not in the Arcane Sanctuary right now, and we're about to get melted by pillars that do shock lightning and ram's-headed death demons. All right, well, anyway.
So you see what you see, and all I'll say is, move through here space by space.
Yeah, but like, are the walls stone? Like, I don't think I'm being unreasonable asking.
Yes. So, you are now in a stone corridor.
Right.
All around you, it is dimly lit. It seems as though that as you walk through here, light just seems to be emanating from your bodies. You are not carrying torches or anything, but you are still able to see a certain short distance, just naturally, even though you do not have dark vision. Everything around you, you seem to have a sense of, but it doesn't quite feel normal. For anybody who's accustomed to traveling through portals or traveling between dimensions, this does not feel like a normal transition. So you are in perhaps a pocket space or pocket dimension. Since you're each familiar with traveling in this sort of way.
A dream within a dream. We're actually in a giant bag of holding right now. Just like, it's like that Rick and Morty episode where it was like, we can create our own universe. We're all like inside the universe, inside the universe, inside the universe.
And now that you're all through, there we go.
You take breathing damage because you're suffocating.
Right. So
let's go.
The portal that you had stepped through has vanished.
It's walls. Is there windows?
No windows. There seems to be no access. And like I said, the light seems to be emanating from yourself. That allows you to
magical
see.
light, or
presumably it's emanating from you.
So when we looked up into the sky, did we see any structures, or was it just an island?
When you had looked up into the sky before, you could see the faint tops of structures, so you know there were some up there. And it was actually a series of islands. I'd only shown you the main island.
Right. So we could be in a building on these islands, is what you're saying.
Hard to say.
Well, I would like to imagine, because the fact we said this is we assume we are on because the fact of what was requested that we are there. So, okay.
Well, the tricky thing as well is that, I mean, we are assuming that this portal always goes to the same place. And that these are good guys and stuff, because we haven't really got any reason not to.
We're like,
well, this might be like a bridge, right? So there's no one else here.
Correct.
So each party through the portal, I guess, I don't know how it determines that, might get into its own pocket dimension or its own corner of said pocket dimension. Based on intent, like we intended to be together. So it could be something like that.
Should we just proceed then, instead of just to see what happens?
Does Rhaenyra know anything about this?
Who?
Shield lady.
Sure, she's like basically deaf and dumb right now. She can't say anything.
Oh yeah, Maga. Yeah,
Maga.
So she can speak.
This is the best portal. I can't do a Trump. Sorry.
She can speak, but she seems to be following you around in a daze. So if you interact with her, she does respond. But it's almost like she's lost.
That's what you're telling me.
Fastest way out of the country, guaranteed.
Yeah. A lot of portals, maybe too many portals.
All right.
Let's just go ahead. Let's just
Should we explore?
yeah. Somebody take the somebody take the lead.
I'm going to the right.
Yeah, I'll follow you.
Dead end.
Right. Let's not go to the right then.
Okay.
Right.
Good start.
I'll go. I can fight things. So let's go this way.
How tall are the walls?
The walls extend all the way up to a ceiling, but the ceiling seems to almost be fading into a sky.
The fuck's going on here?
Pause.
Oh, I love how you moved behind me once you saw it.
You said you would fight. I'm not scared. Although it is really weird that you have got the tokens moving diagonally or 2.5 daily.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
We had that before.
Just saying.
Hey. So yes, you see a armor-clad knight on the ground and a medium-sized drake.
Is the guy dying?
Just very much dead already. He's missing a leg. He is in a deep pool of blood. You can presume he's dead.
Okay. What's this?
Appears to be a barrier.
Death laser
Yeah.
under a sextagram.
Okay, I have two questions. One, as we approach, how does this react?
Unmoving.
Maybe it's paralyzed.
Is it frozen in place, or I have more questions now?
Unmoving, completely stationary.
Does this drake resemble, in terms of coloration, and I don't know if there's any physiological differences between the ones which were they are coming, like the guy who attacked us and the thing was saying about his, when I killed the baby Yoda, you know, in the
Yeah, the wormling.
yeah, it was is it, you know what I mean? Like, is it the same color of dragon?
Same Azure dragon.
Right, so we're fucked now, boys. Right, right.
It look conscious.
What was that?
Does it look conscious?
It is completely stationary and still.
All right, as one reptile to another, I cautiously approach the drake.
I mean,
Oh,
I was just gonna
Birds aren't
speak to,
reptiles.
you know,
Hang on.
That's my only response. Birds aren't reptiles.
Okay, you got the joke anyway. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Is there a reason when I get within 5 feet of it, it turns translucent? Is this an?
Yes, there is.
Is this a facsimile?
It is, as you move your hand or wing through it, it is revealed to you as an illusion.
It is an illusory drake.
I say,
And then
I hate
the
this place
soldier now
already.
gets up from the dead and kills me immediately.
What was that, Scrackington?
I hate this place already.
And Raylark is now just walking straight through the drake that was sitting there.
I then say,
Is this gonna be some sort of Christmas carol sort of things that you have done? I hope not.
Okay, I inspect the corpse to see if it's actually a real thing and if it's actually dead.
I jump on it.
Make a medicine check for me.
I step on his grave.
I get the line rack and I shoot it through his corpse and then pick up the cash money that comes out of his torso.
Yeah.
Make a medicine check for me, please.
Medicine. Bloop.
Nice.
I am the healer.
You confirm that this is a real body and it is very much deceased.
Oof. Can I tell time of death?
Years.
Oh, wow. Like really old. That's why he looks like a character from Dark Souls. Okay.
He's the first guy who gives you the Essus flask. Is he real? Is he a real guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's human or not. So we remove his helmet.
You remove the helmet and you find skeletal remains.
Human in nature?
Not avian. It's hard to say if it's human or elven. There's not much left of it. A lot of this has been burnt and broken.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay. No. This is a death field. I want it to be known I'm not actually walking into it. I'm just getting near it. So
So
can
it's
I
that square anyway.
what even in the world would you like Arcana?
You can make an Arcana check on to see the nature of the magic if you'd like. But it's
Yeah,
up
well, because there's a question about whether it could also be illusory, but I also don't want to put my hand into it
to you.
and lose my hand.
If it does,
So
if,
I'll do it.
if it, all right, go on.
I'll do an Arcana check.
Back it up.
So this is potentially a dangerous barrier spell. Perhaps it could react to contact in a negative way. It is a conjuration, and you do know that underneath it and within its boundaries, there is a sigil etched upon the floor.
Do I recognize the sigil?
You do not. It is just the orange sigil that you see there on screen.
Oh, the sextagram. Okay. Right. I guess I'll go back and like tell the others. I don't know if anyone knows how to disable a barrier spell. Obviously, Scrackington can gaseous form or whatever, or Misty Step.
Is the lantern lit?
The lantern is lit. It seems to be glowing unnaturally, so there's no actual fire in it, but it is giving off light.
I wonder if this is some sort of lever.
You're welcome to try anything.
I will gently. Does it have any give if I gently move it like up, down, left, right? Is there anyone where it feels like it's got give? Like I want to break it off the wall.
It feels like it's just a lantern attached to the wall. You aren't feeling any like particular rotation just from a light touch.
Okay. What about rotation?
What do you mean?
So I was trying to move it vertically or horizontally there.
Oh, you were trying to. Oh, sorry.
I wasn't trying to turn it. I was trying to do like the, when you pull it and it goes down.
Oh, yeah. You didn't feel any movement in that way either.
Right. Okay. So in that case, can I do investigation and see if I can find like a button or some sort of thing around it?
Mm-hmm.
Like a mechanism.
You can make an investigation check. This just appears to be mounted directly to the wall. It does not appear to have any other mechanisms or controls around it. The wall itself is normal by your inspection.
Okay. Any magic users want to try and get through the barrier?
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
Mm-hmm. As a ritual or casting it?
Do we think we can sit for 10 minutes while I cast this?
Yeah,
Any opinions on that?
there is. Yeah,
I don't think
we could, but we can. Well, we can, but like, there's another route we can go down as well. So
I mean, we could do a cursory investigation while Fenton does the ritual, and then if it looks like
Sure.
the other path goes on a bit, we can come back and see what's happened, and then
yeah,
go from
Yeah.
there. Maybe.
That works. I'll start.
So shall we have
my
Well-
twigs and everything
well,
set up?
yeah. If we have Jakar stay with you, so
Yeah.
we don't have so it's not
Yeah.
just you on your own.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll split the party. Sounds good.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll start casting as a ritual.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like I don't know how stealthy you are, Real Arc. I stealth like +3.
I'm quite stealthy.
Well,
In fact, I might even go so far as to say I'm rather stealthy.
all right. But so if you want to go by yourself, then we can all stay here. Well, if you're that stealthy, then you don't need us. So we're only going to take a look.
All right, fine.
I'll wait.
Bamf, I am stealth.
So now we're not splitting the party. If Real Arc dies, he dies.
This is a split of the party.
Arguably, yes, but
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bum fluff. Of course it does. Oh, okay. Oop. Oh. Is this a graphical error, Kurt?
Nope. So
Oh,
if you were to take one step back,
yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds pretty in keeping with.
Oh, by the way, should I check? Did anything happen? Because I don't want to spoil it for the others. Can I do that? Is that cool?
yeah, oh yeah. I'll let
Great.
you know. I'm watching what you do.
Just you want to give me like a rough time frame?
Can you pause for a second? Because
Yep.
I see like moving around, but it's so rapid on my screen. So just
I
slow down a little bit.
Sounds about
Yeah,
right.
I can slow it.
Yep.
Ah. Oh, hello there.
Mhm.
Oh, well, I do declare. Get ready, boys. Well, actually, okay. If this were a video game, I think I know what would happen here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do a thing. I might not be here very soon. I stand on this.
Mm-hmm.
Does anything happen?
You don't see anything happen.
Well, hang on. Why don't I have like message? Oh. Okay. I guess I'll. Oh, but would this have taken less than 10 minutes? Or how long would this have taken?
This would have taken less than 10 minutes. Yes, the distance you traveled. Well, depending on the speed you're traveling.
I'm going like normal speed. I'm not like running, but I'm going like normal walking speed.
Yeah.
With
So
stealth.
this would have taken less than 10 minutes still.
Okay, right. I'll go back to the party. Gonna take a little peek here. Okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah. Well. Ta-da! No. How's that detect magic going?
It's been about 10 minutes now, so detect magic should be ready.
Meanwhile, it looks like the barrier is off.
Yeah, it
A
is.
couple minutes ago, it disappeared.
So is there, I guess, if I look at the sigil, at the sconce, at the knight,
Mm-hmm.
is there any?
Yes, if you look at the sigil, you do see conjuration. If you look at the sconce, you see illusion. And if you look at the dragon, you see illusion as well. If you look at the knight, you do not see any magic on him right now.
So the illusion from the sconce is probably the light being emitted. That would make sense. And then the conjuration for the sigil is probably to conjure the thing when triggered. Raylark, did you do something when you were over there? What did you find?
Yeah.
That
So
you didn't go through the balls to find.
true. Well, once, but you know what I'm like. So there are multiple paths and fake fire, and one of the paths has got another sexagram, and I stood on the gram,
Sure.
and I assumed that six-sided image, sexagram.
Sexta.
Sex. Stripogram. Okay.
A sexagram is something very different.
Okay, sextagram. Anyway, and I thought one would match the other, and if I stood on one, the barrier would go like in those games. The real question was if the barrier was still there when I got here, it was whether when I was on the sextagram it went off and you have to have one pushing down the platform or magic symbol or whatever, and then the others go, you know. Fortunately, it doesn't seem to be that way.
No, I don't get it, but let's proceed.
I don't think there's anything left in this room that I see, so we should keep going.
I did manage to actually like investigate every single other pathway.
Should we head left and see what's there, if anything?
Yeah. There's a wooden door.
That is a wooden chest.
There's a mimic.
Is that this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dead end otherwise.
Looking at the chest, do I see any magic?
You do not see any magic.
I'll walk forward and try to open it.
Now I don't know if that's a good or bad.
Nah, I'll walk forward actually. I'll walk forward, I'll make a perception investigation. I'll check for traps.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make I believe it would be investigation check for traps.
Can I also add something?
Sure.
So it's investigation, I need to make the roll. It's investigation for traps.
To check for traps, yes.
Okay, right. I'm going to say out loud as I do this with the rest of the guys there.
You know, this seems very unusual if we are going to meet the court that this is here. This is not right.
Yeah, but it's so cool.
Why are we in some sort of rat run? And perhaps the old man regent had something else spelled out for us.
And my investigation roll is now forthcoming.
As you examine the chest, you do not find any triggers or wires that are visible on it. Nothing that seems to indicate when you open it, it will set off a trap.
I open it. Oh, nice. It's not moving, is it?
Oh, it's supposed to stay open. It didn't stay open.
It's I saw the white line. I thought it was teeth.
Nope. You open the chest, and it is just an empty wooden chest. There's a heavy caking of dust on the inside, although there is an imprint where there's less dust, as though something had once resided there and had been taken.
What is the shape of the dust?
It looks like the hilt of a sword.
So, sword in dust. Okay. I pass that on to everybody. And then I say,
Nothing else here, just this relic. This place seems unusual, like it's trapped in time. Some things which were there are gone. So, I guess we need to be mindful of that.
am I going to make my way back?
Is this just a dead end?
Yeah, that is that end, yeah.
Anything in the walls? Looking for like a magical door or something.
You can investigate any wall you would like.
I don't think so, because it just leads, well, unless it's in some other way, yeah.
As you grope along the wall looking for any unusual features, you find that this wall is incredibly, almost unnaturally smooth. The stone is like it looks like someone tried to make it look like stone, but it isn't stone.
The whole
Isn't
wall,
natural
or just
stone, I should
part
say.
of it?
Sorry?
Just part of the wall, or like the whole wall?
The whole wall, as you investigate it more closely, it's almost like someone took a material that was very smooth and tried to make it look more like stone instead of using real stones.
And is that for the whole? Like, does that continue?
It looks like the whole wall is like that now that you've examined it more closely.
Okay. So it's not a different part. It's just an unusual.
You've just
composition.
taken a closer look and found this is very unusual.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. And as you rejoin the party, can everybody make a perception check for me?
Yep.
I'm just gonna use
Going
this
to-
one.
I'm using my inspiration. 24.
24, 18, 9, and 19. That's actually really good across the board. All right.
Yeah.
And there is a very faint clanging sound that you hear in the distance.
Do you relay that to us, Fenton, about the wall?
Yeah.
And
There's something funny about this wall.
yeah.
Diablo is coming.
And like when we look at the rest of the walls, are they similar?
Mm-hmm. You didn't look very closely when you first entered, but it's almost like someone had an idea of what a stone wall should look like.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna kick the wall like it's made of fucking plaster. I can just fucking kick my way through it.
You kick the wall how hard?
Well, reasonably
gonna break a toe?
reasonably hard, because the impression
Can
I'm
do
getting is
hard.
that this is not stone, and that's how the impression I'm getting. So I kick it. It's not kicking as far as I'm just going into the wall like that.
Okay. You're booting the wall.
I'm booting the wall
A weighted press.
flat of the foot to try and basically break my if I can do so, my whole foot through the wall, not just with toes.
And you press on it pretty hard, with that kick, and you find it is quite solid. What the material is does not give way like plaster.
Right. Okay. So, well, that's good to know, because I thought this was like some maze made out of crackers that we could just fucking kick our way out of. That's kind of the vibe that I was getting. So after I heard that, it's like, this is all fake. It's like they're like watching and going, this is interesting. That's kind of the vibe I got.
What in the name of this Willy Wonka Truman show?
Well, the fact that you were like, I'm zooming around some sort of fucking fake lightning arena seems to be like sort of, yeah. So, right, okay. Where did we hear that sound coming from? Or on the basis of my rule, where did I hear the sound coming from?
To the south.
So in here. Well,
All you know is to the south.
well, I'll make my way in there. I'll ignore there. I'm going to keep walking.
I'll follow.
Mm-hmm.
So into. Oh. Well, I'm going to look down this way. As everybody else is looking at that, I'm going to look down that way. Okay. What is this? Can I make an Arcana check?
You can make an Arcana check. This appears to be another barrier, this time more composed of lightning than energy. It has enveloped a wooden chest on the inside that is still visible through the globe of lightning. And it is just arcing with energy. As you get close to it, you can feel the power coming off of it.
Looks like something to
Nice.
ignore.
Is there a similar energy source to stand in to remove it, I wonder?
You do not know this.
Hang on.
Let us proceed.
Not real. Not real. The lightning's fake.
As I look at you, I'm less like,
Wait. It
Are you mad?
should be. Hold
Okay,
on.
hang on, wait. Okay. Where I am now, the lightning is translucent, or it's like really, really light. It's like
I've
not
got
the
so
blue.
many layers. 1 second.
Here, that's what I see. And then if I do this, this is what it looks like.
oh yeah, it's like that for me as well.
All right. I just want
I-
to see
I-
what you. Yes. Okay. You are
I
seeing
amend
the
my
correct
statement.
thing.
It might be real.
Mm-hmm.
So is this correct, what I'm seeing?
It is correct what you are seeing. I just needed to see it as well to make sure that was correct. And there's so many layers here that it messes with my rendering.
Right. How long does your detect magic last, Fenton?
It's 10 minutes, so I think it's. I can
Still going.
I can probably check this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I look at the barrier.
You're seeing illusion and enchantment.
I think the barrier's an illusion. So the chest might be enchanted.
Yeah, but I bet it has nothing in it.
I mean, that depends on whether someone else detected the illusion.
Can I make a perception check to see if it's really dusty?
The chest, yeah, you can make a perception check.
Please.
The chest is coated in a layer of dust, You can even see this through the the barrier of lightning.
So
So
I relay that and say,
Yeah, this seems like I don't think you're gonna find anything in there. It's really dusty. This thing's been there for an age. And if what
It is enchanted. It could be a mimic. Would that be enchanted, or would that just be a creature?
a mimic is a creature.
Okay, then I would try to open it.
well, you're welcome to do so, but if you find something, I will be surprised.
If Raylark doesn't want to, I will.
I want to open it,
Okay.
but I don't want to die. So,
Well, I have healing word.
all right,
I'm going to go with
I
that.
open the chest.
All right. You reach down to open the chest, and let me read real quick.
Oh, you goofed.
It's not possible.
Maybe it was so dusty and nobody ever opened it. I mean, I accept that. But
Maybe the magic's just worn off.
All right. As you try to open the chest, you find that you cannot withdraw your claw or hand, talon, whatever it is you're using to open the chest with. And so it has adhered to the chest. Go ahead and also make a dexterity saving throw for
this
me.
sounds like a mimic.
Wait, which character
gonna
of mine
teach.
gets advantage on dexterity saving?
Probably not this one. That was a barbarian that you're talking about. Danger sense.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
so-
that was previous game.
okay. Dex save. Bam.
Dexterity save.
Easy.
All
This
right.
is pseudopod.
You take 2 lightning damage,
Okay.
and plus
The chest opens.
5.
If you kill a mimic, I don't think you get what's inside because you destroyed the chest, which includes what's inside.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, we're after time.
Oh, we are.
I only just noticed
Then
myself.
we will end with this. 22 to hit.
Wait, what? Hang on. Okay, thank gosh.
Well,
22 to hit. Okay,
reconcile this first.
Yeah,
22 does hit.
a 22 hits for
What do you mean a 22 hits? We're level 3 or whatever.
yeah. For 6 damage.
Right. No problem.
And on that note,